Let me paint you a picture. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. You're on your way to Cars and Coffee. You decide, you know what? I'm gonna take the 1991 GMC Syclone because it's cool. It's unique. People would love it at Cars and Coffee. I'm gonna swing in though, and I'm gonna get a car wash first and knock the dust off it. So you go by, you get your car wash done, you roll into Cars and Coffee, looking great. People are taking pictures, giving you the thumbs up, saying, hey man, that's cool. You find yourself the perfect parking spot. Right in the middle of the show, the crowd parts, you back in, you're looking good. You pop the hood so you can show off that turbocharged 4.3 liter V6 under the hood of this thing. Factory. You reach your hand up, you grab the key, and it doesn't go anywhere. Won't rotate. Won't go backwards. No matter what you do. You're like, no, that's not possible. Maybe it's just stuck. You wiggle the key a little bit, wiggle the steering wheel a little bit, hit the key again. Nope, still won't budge. Will not roll backwards. Does not go into off position. It is stuck in run. That's odd. I've never had this problem. We've owned this truck since brand new. There's no way it's got a problem like this. Maybe it's just not in park. Take it out of park and put it in neutral. Try the key. Nope. Put it back in park. Nope. Still nothing. But that's okay. It's gonna be fine. There's a crowd of people that are around you. The truck is cool, it's growing, people like it, they're coming over to talk to you. What are you gonna do? Well, you just, get out of the car, pretend like, no big deal. And you proceed to stand there for the next 2 hours talking to people while your truck is running because you can't turn your truck off, which is a little embarrassing. Quietly let a couple of people know why the truck is still running, and they decide to use their expertise to see if they can figure out why your little truck isn't shutting off. And they try the jiggle it trick and the lever behind the key trick and the engage it and drive and park and reverse and all of those things, and jiggle the steering wheel and maybe try to jiggle the steering. Nope, none of that works. None of that works. None of that works. So yeah, so what you do is you film a quick little video and you put it up on the Instagrams, because that's what we do here in this modern world. And then you get in the truck and you drive it back to the shop, because you're not going to fix it in the parking lot of Cars and Coffee. You drop it off here a little bit frustrated, and then you ask Rich to figure out how to turn the truck off, because you don't want to just don't mess with the battery and the power on this truck. The ECU is basically irreplaceable. If you fry that, you're screwed. So just don't. Fortunately, you have a master mechanic in your pocket, and Rich was able to get this truck shut off. And then I posted it on the Instagrams, like I said. And almost 500,000 views later, I have realized the biggest problem is the fact that it's not that the truck won't shut off. It's that everybody on the internet feels like they know what they're talking about, and you're an idiot. Like this guy who said try the lever, or 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 this guy who told me that I was an idiot and try the lever, and this guy who just said try the lever. Over and 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 over again. Everybody knows. Everybody's an expert. They've had it happen to them in theirs, and they know exactly how to fix it. Well, it turns out that most of those folks actually truly are idiots, and they don't know what they're talking about. A couple people did actually figure out what was wrong with it, and it's this guy. Here is my original to me. Well, no, original to the truck, right there. 1991 GMC Syclone key. Here's the ignition lock cylinder from this spot right yonder. You'll notice the steering wheel is off, which is something I really wanted to avoid. Unfortunately, didn't really have a choice. And this key is still stuck in here. It will go to run. It will go to start. It will still not go to off. So that sucks. And to prove to all of the rest of you guys that this is actually what's going on here, let's cover a couple of people's comments. One, move the thermos, idiot, it's not going into park. Well, the thermos is right there. You'll notice there's a sizable gap here, and this thermos is not impeding the parking feature. The button, not stuck in. That's not the problem. This key is for key release, not to roll the key from run to off. It's not what it does. Tilt steering wheel, did try that quite a lot. Tilt or turn the column. This is not the type of truck that has a column that turns. Other than that, it was just generally calling me an idiot, and I don't know what I'm talking about. But, as I said, to prove this is actually what the problem is here, got this handy dandy pair of pliers, and we're gonna prove to you that that's what our problem was. All right, we're just gonna stick that guy in there. We're gonna, if you see, I don't know if I can even get this on camera, but there's a little nub in there where the lock cylinder engages to. Right there. And you just, you know, put your foot on the brake and, hey look, truck's running. That's all there is to it, folks. Didn't touch anything else. Just took that apart. And yes, it'll go into gear. It'll back up. It'll go forward. Truck runs. This lever has nothing to do with the key position. It's an automatic truck. Oh yeah, it's not a stick shift truck, by the way. They didn't make these in a stick shift automatic truck, so anybody who is curious about that. So, in the saga of automotive adventures with Austin, I now get to repair yet another one of my vehicles. Well, in this case, Rich is doing most of the repair. That's the problem. When you own a lot of vehicles, it means you got to repair and maintain a lot of vehicles. This is one that we haven't done a lot of work on. This car is basically all original, bone stock, never been modified, never been messed with. Very little of it has been ever messed with at all. Even the air conditioning works that I fixed before Power Tour. So my biggest worry was, these are the original keys. I mean, I even have the original keychain. I have both original keychains for this truck. I have both original keys for this truck. My dad has owned this since 1992 when we bought it brand new. It has currently 30,473 miles on it. So I do want to leave this truck as original in stock as possible. They do sell an ignition lock cylinder from third party, like Dorman and those guys do sell it. We actually do have one that's got like a chrome plated piece here. I don't want to put chrome wings on this because it's originally a black plastic one. And fortunately, I stopped by earlier at the GM dealership nearby here, and they were actually able to order me a brand new lock cylinder with a brand new set of GM keys in it that's also black. So I should have that next week. We'll get the lock cylinder put back together again, and then this thing's ready to rock and roll. We'll put it back together and we'll take it for a test drive, make sure that that does indeed solve our problem. But there you go, guys. That's the problem. That was our issue. And the biggest lesson we learned is sometimes don't listen to the people on the internet. A lot of times they're just idiots, even possibly a bigger idiot than you are. Very interestingly also, the difference in people commenting on Instagram versus the people commenting on the short that I put on YouTube. Almost to a T, the people that are on YouTube had actually interesting, well thought out input, whereas the people on Instagram were generally idiots and kind of shoot from the hip, make an assumption, be very flippant kind of thing, which, yeah, that checks out. Most of the time on Instagram, the people are less great. On YouTube, like you folks, are typically more great. So, yeah, that's how that works. Oh, and yeah, I could also shut this thing off with my new universal key. Let's get that guy in there, and then we just shut the truck off. Ta-da! Pretty useful key. So, that's our automotive adventure for today. Fortunately, only like 45 bucks worth of parts. I'll have them first part of the week, get the truck fixed, get it back in one piece, and then I can probably put Daddy's truck in storage for the rest of the year. It is getting to be fall season. You'll notice the hoodie, and it's probably done for the year. I don't think I'm going to put any more miles on it. Maybe one more little car show or something, but otherwise that guy's going in storage. Then we can get back to focusing on the other things. I tell you guys, like, I don't like making all these videos where I'm not truly actually wrenching on something, but this is just the reality of you know, owning a bunch of different vehicles is you got to fix a lot of things. You know, the whole fixing it with the Volkswagen when I punched a hole in the oil pan, that was not a plan. That was not something I wanted to do. Definitely threw me for a loop. This thing that I tagged in a daily driver service, my Vibe GT, great car. However, I'm having an issue with not getting all my revs, and I'm going to deal with that here shortly. I think I know how to fix it, which should be a quick and easy little fix, but I got to fix it, and I got to fix that, I got to fix that, I got to fix that, which keeps me from getting back onto the actual stuff that you people are here for and the things that I want to work on, which is my race cars and my cool classic stuff. I promise I'm going to get back to working on it, but I got to keep this other stuff maintained. Oy, only so much time in the day, right? I get it. Thanks for being here, guys. I love you. Automotive Adventures with Austin, my own little personal corner of the YouTube internets. Thanks for being here. I do truly appreciate you. Oh, update on the fundraising situation. We've got about $350 in the pot for the victims of Hurricane Helene. I am still, for the rest of this month, ooh, I just got grease on my beard. Whoops. For the victims of Hurricane Helene, I am donating every single dollar that we make on the channel from views to the victims of Hurricane Helene for support. So thank you guys all so much for watching this stuff. I'm gonna get back to work. I got a lot of work to do. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.